A big welcome to my cousin, Shirley. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll bring up why I actually got you on today. I'm going to share a screen quickly, just to show people why. And because in my mind, Shirley's not chubby, she's not fat. Why does she want to lose weight? And well, I realized that you don't need to be 40 kgs overweight to want to lose weight, and we all have the same sort of struggles. I put out a video on the 20th just asking my friends and family to share the post and get people involved with Weight Loss Friend, and Shirley, like always, stepped up and said, great idea, I'd love to have joined in October, sorry, I can't read because this thing's in the way. Hold on, let me move that. Yeah, in August, when I started my lockdown weight loss. Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm 11 kgs down with 2 more to go for my goal. So, you know, it's just amazing that you stepped up again and trying to help me. And thank you very much for that. All right, let me stop sharing this and get back into it.
Thank you.
So, Shirley, let's get to know you a little bit better. I've known you ever since you were born. Well, I've known of you. So you grew up in East London, and now you guys are living in, is it Uitenhage or PE?
PE, yeah.
You're in PE.
So we moved in 2012, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And since you've moved, you've added another 2 little rascals to the brood. You have Nick, yes, and your lovely daughter, which has arrived not too long ago. How old is she now?
She's actually 4 on Wednesday.
Is it? Okay, yes. We need to catch more because this is ridiculous. She's going to be 4 on Wednesday. Wow. Yes. Okay. So at what age or when did you start adding on weight? Because, you know, like I said, I've known of you, obviously. We don't spend lots of time together being in different places, but, you know, Facebook and what have you, you've always been fairly slim and well, you know, look fit. So when did you put on this weight?
It was lockdown. It was lockdown, definitely, because with Nicholas, I lost all of that weight, went back to my original weight. With Anya, she was born in Feb and we were getting married in November. So I lost all of that weight because the wedding dress had to fit. And then in March of last year, we had a pretty hard lockdown.
Yes.
So we all started from home. They didn't allow us out of our houses unless you were going to go buy groceries and stuff. So the weight just piled on. You know, it was like easy to eat, whatever was around the house, you know, and you could eat all the time. I mean, yeah. Last 8 years or so, I've been working inside a factory. So there's no food or drinks or anything. So there's no snacking during the day. So now working from home, like I say, you can snack. And then it was around August when I decided now, let me step on the scale. Ooh. Because we were being called to come back into work for 5 days a week, which meant I needed to put my work clothes back on. So out of jammies into work clothes. And they didn't fit. They just did not fit. So I was like, well, how much weight could I possibly have put on? And that's when it went like just over 72. And I was like, what?
And so what was your regular weight? What was your normal
60.
Weight? 60. Okay,
60 is my normal weight, John.
Okay, so that you're fighting weight and you put on 12 kgs over a long lockdown period. Wow. That's yeah. So that must have been quite a fright for you standing on the scale, right?
It was because when my clothes didn't fit, I said, well, I like the way I look. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to go and buy new clothes.
Yeah.
So I went that Sunday to Woolies, but also with lockdown, they don't allow you to try on any of the clothes. So you have to come home and try them on. So I took now a size bigger, assuming now that my tight jeans are just a little bit tighter, so I'll just get one size up. And they didn't fit. The new clothes didn't fit either. And that's when I was like crying my heart out. And then,
Oh,
yeah, and then I
man.
just decided, you know what? It's not actually the weight itself. It's about the fact that I can't fit into my clothes and
Yes,
I want to.
right. So the inches have to
Yeah.
come off, centimeters have to fall away.
They
Um,
do. They do.
yeah. So has that been the heaviest that you've ever been at 72?
Excluding pregnancies, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I've heard so many people talk about the lockdown weights, and we've been very fortunate here in Dubai where we had a month or so where we sort of had lockdown. But even then, you could
Yeah.
go out and get your groceries, and you could go for a walk for an hour. Or as long as you weren't being an idiot and you were wearing a mask and wearing gloves, you pretty much could go on and do your normal thing. But I
Yeah.
know in South Africa, it was extensively flipping strict. And I mean, you guys couldn't leave your house for how long?
Right.
Well, without groceries, of course.
Oh, it was like 6 to 8 weeks. And then they
Wow.
allowed us out for a period in the morning.
Okay.
So for 2 hours in the morning. But that meant in my area of Lorraine, there was like 600 people on the road. So it looked
Oh,
like we were
wow.
having a carnival at 6 o'clock, which defeats the purpose, you know.
Yes, sure. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, no,
Okay.
it was tough, yeah.
Yeah, and no wonder. I mean, it's understandable why people would have put on weight. It's just a natural thing. Okay, so your weight loss goal was to get back to 60, and according to the message that you sent, you are 2 kgs away. How's it going, and what have you done to get down to this goal weight?
Well, first I took a look at what I was actually eating, and I think I mentioned to you before, my thing is chocolate chip cookies, which are home. They've got a lot of butter and a lot of sugar in. And because I make such big batches, I freeze the rolls. And then whenever you feel like chocolate chip cookies, you take them out the freezer, and 15 minutes later you have fresh. So that was one thing I decided, okay, now I'm not going to, no snacks. Let me just cut out snacks.
Right.
But I love chocolate. So I saw this thing, Willie's Chocolate Revolution on YouTube.
Right.
And he did like a study with scientists and stuff and said, no, dark chocolate's actually good for you. So I'm like, yay, dark chocolate. I'm gonna substitute. So it's not like I completely cut out all the things that I enjoyed, because that would mean if I had a bad day, then I'll just go and grab a snack, because now I've been depriving myself.
Yes.
So that's actually helped quite a bit.
Okay.
I've started running, and my husband has been very supportive, because in the mornings we do our plank challenge and our squat challenge, and all these like little challenges that you see for 30 days.
Right.
So it's really helped. I mean, when I started running again in August, September, I had my running buddy, and although we didn't run together because of our schedules, we would send him messages every day. How much, how far did you go? What was your pace, whatever. And then something happened towards November time when she actually stopped running. And then I could see from my stats how I declined, because now I had nobody to chase.
Right.
You see. So this year I just decided, well, I'm part of Sleek Geek. So I actually check what they're doing, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm also going to like get off my ass and run. So yeah, it's definitely helped having that support.
No, fantastic. I think that's...
Otherwise, no diet change.
But again, it's just a mindset thing, right? It's like, okay, this has happened to me.
Yes.
Let's not dwell on why it's happened and get all depressed and eat more. Let's do something about it and start today. And that's pretty much what you've done. And it's taken you since August till what we're now pretty much February to lose 12 kgs or close on 12 kgs, which is fantastic.
Close on, yeah.
I'm doing sort of more carnivore diet at the moment, and I can lose weight extremely quickly. All I got to do is stay off snacking. I eat sort of one meal a day with maybe a little bit of extra stuff, and stay off the booze, beers and wine, and I can lose weight like that without even exercising. If I throw a bit of walking into it and drinking lots of water, it falls off me. But again, I need to lose 30 odd kgs. For you, 12 kgs it's not a lot. But then you've always been 60. I think I was about 72 in standard 8. So, and then I was fit and healthy. So, yeah, you know, and now on the scales this morning, I'm 109 kgs. I was 130. You know, so I've done well. But again,
That's good going.
It is good going, but you know, I need to be 85. My according to the body weight mass index thing, that I don't know the correct term, but
yes,
that's so stupid. I should be 61 kgs. I mean, I think I was that when I was 10. It's stupid. No, exactly. You know, certain people have different bone density, builds, etc.
The BMI index was developed over 100 years ago, and it hasn't been questioned since. It hasn't been adopted. It hasn't been changed. So who actually says it's right?
Yeah, there we go. We're going to change.
I'll tell you something. When I decided to set my goal, okay, I thought that, you know, they always say set a SMART goal. It needs to be something realistic and achievable, and all the words for that SMART acronym.
Yes.
So I started looking at the weights of ladies that I liked on the internet. So I chose a picture and I said, what are the centimeters of this lady?
Right.
And I looked and then I measured myself and I'm like, hang on. That's a Barbie doll waist. That's not realistic.
Okay.
That definitely isn't. So I decided what I want to do.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And I must tell you, going on the scale alone, you actually need to measure your centimeters because your weight fluctuates.
Yeah.
Like for the last 2 weeks, my weight has gone up and down by 2 kgs.
Right.
Just like that, for no absolute reason. So it's the centimeter loss that I've been tracking, which is like, yay, getting smaller, getting fitter.
And that's a great bit of advice. That's an amazing tip because you know, I can feel it on my clothes, and that's where I stand on the scale, obviously, as well. And I do worry about that. I never used to, but obviously I'm trying to lose weight, so that's my focus. But I can feel it on my clothes, and that is just such an amazing feeling when all of a sudden you're into that shirt that you haven't worn in ages, and it doesn't look like you're bulging out of it.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, man, this is amazing. You know, and then you realize I've got a whole cupboard full of clothes that when I came to Dubai, I was 90 kgs, but I haven't fitted into years. And Adele keeps saying to me, throw those damn things away. And I'm like, no, I'm going to get back into them. By the time I get back into them, they're all out of date and out of season and out of fashion and whatever. So who cares? I should have just chucked them anyway. But it's just that no way I want to get back into them, you know. So it's going to be nice when I can actually put on those jeans, that the size 36 jeans instead of a 42 or 44, you know, and just be like, yeah, man, I've done it. No, that would be really,
really cool. Yes, it's a great feeling.
Yeah,
it's a great feeling.
I'm so chuffed that you wrote me that note, and was really encouraging. Thank you so much for sharing, you know, with your family and friends as well. And I wish that you were part of the program back in the day. You'd have been a great addition. But hey, it's all good. I think what you've mentioned is, you know, having Mornay there to help you with your planking and your exercise routine. And it was so interesting just hearing about, you know, when you had your running buddy and then she slipped off and how you slipped. And it just goes to show and prove how much value there is in having an accountability partner, somebody who you can rely on, have that little bit of competition, but also just, you know, push you, right? And I think
it was definitely a push.
Yeah, and that would have definitely helped you, and that's what we're all about at Weight Loss Friend, is to help people. You know, you're not alone in this. I'm not wearing a six-pack and got huge arms or anything, and I don't want that. I just want to get down to a nice weight where I'm comfortable, where I can go run around with my son and, you know, get on a bike and ride with my family and not feel in pain or, feel like, whoa, look at this chubby dude with this young family that are so fit and healthy. Get back to that.
Nobody's judging. Nobody's
Yeah.
judging.
So what's been the top 3 benefits of your weight loss that you've achieved so far? What's the 3 benefits to you?
Well, I feel better.
Is that
Happier.
physically or mentally or both? I guess both, I would say.
Both.
Yeah.
Both, yes, definitely. I don't feel as lethargic because when you inactive and you've packed on the kilos, it's just easier to lie there and Facebook and YouTube and whatever. And when you look again, like 6 hours has gone by and you're like, okay, well, it's bedtime now.
Right.
And then you just rinse and repeat, But the benefit of actually getting back to what I was is like my confidence. I don't feel like I need to be the one taking the photos anymore. I can actually be in the photo.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant.
Yeah, no, normally you're like, well, I'm just going to hang back and I'm not going to say anything because it is going to draw attention to me. And
Yes.
I don't, South Africans, we are very, we didn't fall on our mouth at birth. So when I went back to work initially, a lot of my colleagues were like, yes, you got fat, eh? Look at your bum. And at first I was like, okay, well, it's just the way we are.
Yeah,
We're just being open.
Sure.
But deep down, it did sting a bit, So to come back now in January and see some of the colleagues that I haven't seen since then, and to receive those compliments, like, yes, you're looking nice. What are you doing?
Yeah.
One thing I want to put out there is that it's not a fast process. So you should think drinking a special tea or taking a pill or drinking your protein shakes is going to make you lose weight like this, because it doesn't.
No.
It's like, I worked it out that it's like almost just under 2 kgs a month that you should realistically aim for to maintain.
Okay.
But just generally happier. I'm not as grouchy as before.
More nice happy.
Yes, and it's actually brought us closer with working out together.
Brilliant.
Because we do the squats where you hold your partner's hand and you go down together, and that helps to stabilize you down a bit lower.
Right.
And yeah, that was fun.
Awesome. Listen, Shirley, it's been amazing. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing so openly. And I'm so glad that you've come on, because again, in my mind, we had a guy on a SIF who lost 64 kgs. What an amazing guy! Wow. What an amazing story, and you think along those lines when you think about losing weight, and you see everything on YouTube. It's always this guy who used to weigh X amount and now he's got the 6-pack. But it's not about that. It's about you and I. It's about normal people trying to lose weight, whether it's 12 kgs or 40 kgs or 30 kgs. It doesn't matter. We're all in that same struggle. And it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much. And with your permission, I'm going to put this on YouTube and all the socials, etc. And we'll make you infamous.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
No, but again, thank you so much. It's time for me to go and fetch my daughter from school. And love to the family. And let's do this again.
Yes, of course. Thank you,
all right.
Jamie.
Cheers, Shirley. Bye.
Bye. Bye.